Well, how big was this elf?
Light magic, I don't know much about. He was not that big, he was only like 6'5".
That's pretty big.
That is pretty big.
Okay, well, size is all big for me.
Fair,
But you said it wasn't that big.
Well, anyways, but no. 10 minutes later, I come out of the shitter and I see the gods beating the shit out of this elf, and I put a smile onto my face.
I don't deserve it if you was trying to cheat here.
And then
Go on, Pies back.
And then after the gods were done with the elf, I went up to him.
How old did that elf look to you?
Ugh, elves, they live so long without change. It's hard to tell, but I think
I'm expecting you to be like, oh yeah, that elf was a child. They got big shit.
he could have been a child. I mean,
Maybe.
Do you guys continue telling weird stories? Later?
Yeah. We'll stop.
Unless you guys want to continue.
I kind of want to continue this. It should be
Sure. I don't care.
If you're okay, yeah. Unless you guys want to continue.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm fine with doing it.
How about you? What's the strangest thing you've killed?
Strangest thing I've killed. The strangest thing I killed was probably a werewolf who dressed up as like a human. Like
I've got to hear this.
in the day, as a human, it thought it was a werewolf and started like trying to attack people. It didn't really work. But at night, it would dress up as a human in their wolf form. It was the strangest thing because their psyche swapped.
Wait, so they acted all savage and inhuman as a human.
Yeah.
But at night, they just be some regular Joe Schmo.
Exactly.
Or translate that into something that would work in this society.
It could work in this.
It was such a hard thing to actually bring myself to take down because, I mean, as a hunter, we were trained to kill basically werewolves and the unknown basically on sight. But
Yes, but I mean, were they really doing any harm? Like, I can imagine plenty of uses for.
I mean, in their human form, they were
strength.
doing some pretty big harm. But
Yes, but just lock them in a cage during the day and let them work at night. They'd be an excellent overnight worker. Hell, I bet the Giants would pay quite the pretty penny for them.
we do not condone slave work.
Well, yes, but we all have to make money somehow.
It's wild.
I do not condone it either. My master was of a different opinion, but I don't always follow his teachings.
Your master was a giant, right?
No, he was.
Or he worked with
quite close with him, yes.
I mean, that's why he does not. Yeah. Was he very much of enslaving people based on their race, or?
No, it's more so a power thing. He had some views on people who didn't practice the arts. He viewed them as inferior, as though magic is what made them magic.
Only thing that
In my travels, I found that isn't, well, it's rarely the case. As you right here could easily kill me in a second, and I would be powerless to stop you.
yes, that's with great martial power comes the cost of.
Great responsibility. Yeah.
That's right, I've heard that somewhere.
It comes with the reality that you'll never truly be trusted among even
Trusted?
your closest. No. The thing is, I do not fight from a position of trying to instill fear into people. I fight to demonstrate to them that I am willing to possibly die to get what I want, and that turn can scare people, and I'm afraid that given enough training and time, I may become unrecognizable from even my wife, and
It's crazy.
A warlord and a despot.
maybe.
Well, there's probably a place in history for you anyways.
There's always, of course, sometimes the sickness lies upon treasure. It's only a myth from what I know.
Gold sickness. That'll
Well,
be just
I mean, strangely enough, I've come to agree to disagree with that statement. I mean, yes, as warriors, we're feared for the most part, especially me. I'm usually quiet around people.
that's quite the statement there, friend.
You were afraid of it.
Oh, by the way,
Sure, friend. Of course.
What if you were a normal person and a person decked out in armor and had a glowing sword came up to you and asked questions, would you not be afraid? Somebody known to be in a noble family who kills monsters?
I mean, I personally would prepare a spell behind my back, but I don't know about much other people. It's been a while since I've spoken to most normal people, actually.
Unless I'm partying. When I'm partying, whole different person.
I have heard of such things.
The next time we go into a
They
town,
have-
I'll show you the perfect place to party. I know
They
everywhere.
had a few of those in my college. I never go along. Not that I was there long enough. Damn thing gave me a scar. That's quite the story.
Anyways.
Wolf
As,
parties.
But no, but as I was saying, usually instead of doing things basically to be like, I'm willing to die to get what I want, I was, I guess, taught or believe that you're willing to die to protect others.
Well,
I mean, that's what. I mean, if I wasn't willing to believe that, I would probably be staying at home, living the noble life.
Partying till you threw up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, there's a reason why I left the keep, and that is many of my comrades felt the way of we should share the wealth, but reality is, some even suggested the overthrow of the king. But, to my understanding,
I
that
don't really give a fuck about the king. Do what you want with them.
I
the
mean,
dwarf
now.
king,
Oh, Dwarf King, my
Yeah, so Dwarven, he's a.
Yeah.
the actual
Read the
king,
room.
I
I
would
really
not.
don't care about
There-
kingdoms.
there is no king in your land. I'll tell you that.
There isn't?
The High King Baldur.
Oh, right.
Remember
I
that.
forgot
But
about that.
you notably, I don't think have
Wait.
a very good education.
I do with an 8.
Oh, you have an 8?
He's
oh, yeah,
actually
yeah,
got average education, so yeah, he'd probably actually know.
Who's Baldur?
He was in.
High King. Of the. What's the place? Of the Meletor Empire.
My hometown.
Yes, where he's from.
I
It's.
don't know much.
When
about
we started our journey.
political entities outside the Dwarven Keep. Well, actually, there was the giants, but I only knew of them because one of them thought I was one of their slaves when I was out and about.
Yes. Well, giants created the.
It's okay because
It's an old legend. Giants created the halflings, which spawned off into the dwarves, and they originally created them as slaves. They're too big to do a lot of things, you see. They can't do the farm work, they can't mine the hills, they can't do much, even in the frozen north.
anyways, nonetheless, I had my comrades and my two comrades and my wife, and I did a jump on the first comrade shield, the second comrade shield, and then I stabbed my spear in that giant's eye. Made him rue the day he enslaved us, even though we weren't really slaves to begin with. But
Yes, it's a cultural thing.
yeah,
Yes. One of it happens up north.
that was certainly a strain in my legs. I could barely walk for a week after I did that because of the heavy armor I was wearing.
Do you always take injuries to your legs?
What can I say?
What do you think will happen when you take an arrow to the knee?
Well, to give up adventuring, I'd say.
I probably have to crawl my way to the enemy for a month.
All of that. Would be far much. I'd pay to watch that.
See, I'm short enough where my legs could not possibly get injured. See, me and my comrades and my wife, we have mastered the art of what I like to call the dwarven phalanx,
Ah,
which is really
Skirts.
just us four interlocking shields and praying nothing comes behind us. Surprisingly, it's worked on most things. Granted, we've only really used it against wild animals
well, yes. Of
because
course, it works with wild animals. It's
the wolves get skewered on the spears, and then that's free lunch on the end of your spear.
yeah. Now, my only problem. That would never work at Boris.
Yeah.
Guess you don't like that. Or
I don't like trees too much.
How do I? Too deciduous.
It's because that's where the elves live, you see.
Okay, that's a bit much.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to fucking say. He's a racist to elves, like major bigotry. We need
Okay,
chill out.
yes, but like,
There's a day.
Who you with sorcery such as these?
And as it goes that, keeps it back whispering. Sarah, tell me your story. It resounds as an echo in the branches.
Sarah, but I know that.
What is your story?
I know Ben is just a story of such things.
Give me a charisma check. You say those words exactly. And as you do, Ember begins to whinny.
I'm sorry. I just and this I just.
Ember begins to whinny. And moving quickly back and forth along the trees, the whispering wind continues.
Damn this horse.
Ember, tell us your story.
I cover Ember's ears and then kind of do like a double kick to try and get to move.
Give me an animals roll. That'll be strength.
Strength, baby.
Oh, you're good at strength, aren't you?
Yeah, let's do my animal. You said what?
Fuck
Animal?
Animals. Wouldn't be riding?
I thought you were.
Be right.
Riding is something. 3. I have a plus 20 to this.
Shit.
Yeah. You're able to grab onto their ears, and as they do, they keep on bucking back and forth, but you're able to hold it. You quietly hum in the air, Axel, and Ember slowly calms.
Ride like the wind, Ember!
So what do you all do as that whisper is still growing around you?
I'm gonna fucking book it. I'll be like, we're leaving
Yeah, like
now.
we, yeah,
And then
we're,
it
we
does.
go.
You just
Like,
book.
I just.
I feel so bad. It's like cover your ears, and then as I say that, I'm just gonna like have Ember just like run because you're gonna be behind us.
You all cover
Yeah.
your ears? Okay.
Yeah, in this case, I can probably I probably have like a little bit of wax. I can just.
Yeah. You put wax in your ears?
Yeah.
You just cover them?
I just, well, since I'm wearing a helmet at all times, I pretty much just take a bunch of cloth and just stick it in between my ear.
I'll do.
Okay.
No.
How are you covering your ears? You're holding.
I don't think he can. Honestly, I think he's too. I think it's more of like him being more focused on
Your horse.
the horse.
Well,
You-
keep a close eye on him.
You begin to ride forward. Ember not being able to hear you stuffing wax in your ears before running, and you mostly using your helmet to protect yourself. And I'll say that's a good enough explanation for why it doesn't bother you. But Axel, what is the story you would tell? You're not saying it yet. What story of you would you tell it?
I feel like naturally you tell the story of what happened when he went to that battle. Not necessarily failed, but maybe failed his group.
Yeah.
As he knows, these are the
Fucking Christ.
Dude, I love that! Yes,
Perfect time for an ad.
I want cheap gifts for my girlfriend. Yes.
Don't worry, guys, it's time for YouTube Premium.
God, I love this little session.
Yeah, why not?
Gives me time to edit.
Yeah, you did like the whole fucking tails and everything.
Its skin of scales. It seemed almost. When you looked at it, you couldn't really see into its eyes, because all you could hear was its whistling song. Actually, you make your way down the hills. Almost unable to control yourself, being called.
The only difference between you being a child and called to the water at the frozen water's edge and you, Axel, is you have a blade in your hands. But this time, you make your way to the water's edge. And you stop for a moment, and it stares at you, sitting there, whistling its fish lips, turning its head up towards the frozen skies, white. It nods at you. Axel, what do you do?
Is this like a memory beam or do you?
It's a dream.
It's a dream. I would say in this dream it has this camera. I guess the camera. It kind of into the kind of it. It goes in between them as Axel stares and this fairy stares. And it's this bird-eye view
Princess.
as Axel draws his crossbow, aims, then fires. And as this arrow flies through and hits this fairy, everything goes dark and he's pulled down further and further until all he sees is flame and rock. As he stands, his forms change. Claws, red fur, horns on his head. He looks and sees bodies of those he's killed. Not the monsters, no. Humans. These aren't people he's seen before. Or people he didn't know. I mean, there were people he saw before. It was when he went to like towns and farms, faces he barely glanced at, now dead in front of him. He falls to his knees and looks up.
It's your turn for the watch. You awaken to the sounds of Axel grinding his blade.
Axel?
It's glowing brighter than usual.
Why is it glowing?
I mean, we're in a forest. Strange forest. Might have been some kind of creature walking by.
Danger, man.
Not necessarily danger, unnatural. It could be dangerous. You can see he is covering his like right arm.
Only leery-eyed, but you're holding that arm quite close.
Hurt a little bit, it's fine.
Want me to look at it?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I'm just
Can I
tell he's lying or.
Can you? You can make him roll, but also I don't care for my players.
That's fair. I mean, if you can sense something's wrong, but also there's a bit of like somewhat of a truth to it. You know?
It's like don't.
Half, kind of like a
it's like-
half truth, but also kind of like a drop it.
Yeah.
Don't.
Alright, if you say so, but
You just hear.
if that starts acting up again.
You hear Harold from his tent whispering about ale.
And as he does, actually, you do look at your blade. It is glowing as if something unnatural is nearby.
It's still going. It should flash, right?
Yeah, it's just magic might be acting up. It's fine. It'll calm down tomorrow.
Magic acting up is never a good thing. You know something here. What do you know that should I Tell me if I'm primed. I'll drop in a second.
He pauses. Think about his next words carefully. I should get to sleep.
Very well. I'll take watch.
I will say,
God, this coffee.
right as he like enters his tent, your eyes lock for a minute, and just for a second, you see like flames, but just for a little bit. It's like enough to make you think you're just seeing something, but also enough to catch your attention.
And so you make your way towards your tent, beginning to sheath your blade. Give me a recon roll.
Should I roll?
No.
Okay.
6, 12. Fuck, I'm
And
going
you
to jail.
stop halfway through. You look at your tent. Your heart is rushing. You know not the blade was glowing because of you. Or something else. You have this horrible feeling that you're being watched. Axel. You make your head and you look up. You see his face in the tree. With her shut the anon, you see eyes. Curling out from the branches. Axel, what do you do?
In a second, he pulls out his hand crossbow. And it just like fires.
At it?
Yeah.
It hits, slamming into the tree. You look up. You've just awoken. You, as you come your way up, and as you look up, you guys can see he's fired into one of the trees. The sound of rustling early morning birds flies up into the air, creating a black clot along the sky.
Axel.
And you look up to the tree, crossbow bolt sticking out of a forehead end. There is a face, perfectly and beautifully carved, or frozen into it.
I'm gonna take out my codex.
See what I was talking about?
Lord, what is wrong with these words?
You're gonna take out your codex?
Yeah.
Axel's gonna, like, not breaking, like, basically not looking away from it, is gonna quickly reload his next bolt to his crossbow.
Right. I don't have
You're trying to research
any
this?
charm. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Give me an investigation or education roll.
Perfect. Is that investigation?
Yep.
Education? I'm great at that. That would be.
What's your goal here?
I'd say my goal here is to. I mean, my codex references a bunch of different magic spells. I'm gonna try to like cross-reference this to a concrete spell, if I can find it. Like, what kind of charm this is,
Yep.
what kind of magic.
Awesome.
It is. So plus my education is 8, 9, 10, 11.
8, 9, 10, 11?
Yep.
Sorry, just gotta.
Yeah, gotta.
It's ready.
We're keeping that in.
So, you begin to ride. Let's go back to the original.
Oh.
You begin to ride quickly, holding on to Ember's ears. Both of your compatriots, Harold holding on to you as Ember gallops along, and Zerial.
Yep.
Yes,
You're
right. You are sprinting forward, and as you all are, that deafening sound filling both of you. You're not riding in the woods. You're riding Ember along the trenches. hiding as crossbow bolts fly through the air. You duck down, Axel.
I turn it back to see where
Harold.
Harold is.
You don't see Harold. You just got off Ember. You can see John Sterling, one of your commanders under you, coming up to you. Sir, we're going to lose. We have to retreat, sir. We have to. Crossbow bolts flying above now with a set in flame. You can hear off in the distance the sounds of an oil barrel flying through the air before combusting above you. Wood splintering around. We have to run. We have to. I'm telling you.
As Axel stands to make his move, arrows stab into him. As he falls, going unconscious. Usually this is where his part of the story ends, where everything fades to black for him. He wakes up surrounded by bodies, including those of his comrades, killed the same way. This time, in this magical dream, this time, he saw what happened. And his worst fear is true. As he gets stabbed and he falls into the snow, he starts to shake. His body stretches and contorts and moves. Fangs grow. His skin turns red. There's a grin as John Sterling goes over to check on him. Axel's hand reaches out and then rips out a splint. As John looks at him, scared and confused, this strange form bathes in its blood. As he moves so quick and so ferociously, taking out friend and foe. As by the time it's over, there's only one left. And as the last crack is heard, he falls back down.
Harold. Axel whispers all of this aloud. You hear him whispering back, and the wind whispers, yes, yes, tell me your story. Tell me your story.
How is he hearing this? He can't hear anything right now.
He's muffled.
Muffled.
It's in a cloth.
You hear that very muffled. But what you see, Harold, branches reaching their way out and then wrapping their way around Axel. What do you do, Harold?
Oh, wait.
You're running.
Oh, yeah, I am.
You'd have the chance to act first.
I'm gonna attempt to cut the branches away.
You're gonna try to cut the branches away?
Yeah,
Get the war axe, eh?
that's a sword.
You're gonna use your sword?
Yes.
Alright. Give me a melee combat roll. With your strength.
Okay.
Dexterity.
Okay.
You could use either or.
Using strength.
I think straight makes more sense, honestly.
I think your strength
This is definitely different sense.
7.
You're very friendly with us and I appreciate that.
It's okay, there's
11.
Next session, they learn your archer.
Oh, this game's mean. Yeah.
11.
Like, I could probably
11?
go
Yep.
if I lose. a few
You
points.
draw your blade, and as you do, you cut through the branches that have reached onto Axel. But as you do, setting him free, Ember has stopped, and Axel, as you awaken, you're looking around, being set free. What are you all doing as the branches are now encroaching forward? Axel, you told your story aloud. Too much. You share too much. What do you do? All of you.
So it's like wooden branches coming towards us,
Yeah.
right? I'd like to take out my codex, and I'd like to.
Fireball.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I'd like to draw out a wisp of magic. This is different from the magic you saw before. It's not black runes this time. It's grayish smoke.
Oh,
Smoke.
He's casting dark white and red magic.
The time you've seen me cast the shadows.
Okay.
Yeah, like all the black runes and
Yeah.
horrible things that happen. This time, he withdraws a gray ball of smoke with this orange and red core center, coils it forward and launches it out as I cast ignite. Let's see.
wood. That'd be so funny.
As I cast, it's Kindle Flame, which effectively can set something on fire.
You have to give me a sorcery roll for
Yes,
that?
I do. It is a first circle magic. Let me.
That means...
I need to make a 7+. And this is intelligence sorcery. Yes, it is.
Yes.
On an 11, you quickly flip through, and as you're looking at it, this is a spell of permanent transfiguration. Even worse, it's like this tree grew here naturally. How old could this be? How long ago could this have happened? And as that's rushing through your mind, you're going to see in the light, all of you, many of the trees around you carry the look in their knots of an eye, maybe. One of their branches looks to be a hand reaching out towards the sky, begging for freedom. What do you all do?
We need to get out of these woods
Agreed.
fast as possible.
What you need, we run.
Understood. Towards the keep.
How far is the keep from us?
Well, we already traveled a day towards the keep. It'd take longer if we went anywhere else.
You could get out of... You're right hereabouts. You
It would take half a day to make it there.
You
and we-
think it would take half a day to get out of the woods. It would take about half a day to get out of the woods and into the mountains. And then another half of the day to get into the mountains before arriving to the keep late into the night.
I'd much rather brave the mountains than go to the plains.
Yes, well, don't worry, I can guide us to the mountains.
That's what I.
But you're picking up your things, getting ready to go and run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a survival roll from Axel. A survival, I'll say, I'm gonna say dexterity because of speed. You have
As we're going,
10, 12.
say, Axel, you ever find any monsters that could transfigure?
Sadly,
people
you don't
to
have
wood?
time to speak
Oh,
quite
shit.
yet. But
Maybe like as you're beginning to speak and like put your hand up, it's just like
you are able to pack up your things very quickly, and Axel, you jump
I'll
onto
say he
Ember.
quickly gets some wraps to like grab over his like right
Yeah.
arm, and then just like quickly just starts.
The one part of the day that he seems to take careful at this moment before he gets onto Ember, dragging you jump on along, having your things packed up, and you all are off into the woods. The sounds of the quiet dropping, you running with your things at your side.
Yeah.
Or maybe Axel probably better at running than you.
Which we have a horse right now.
Yeah, we do have a horse.
Yeah, but he's slower than both of you.
Yeah,
on the
we
horse.
stick him on the horse.
So he's on the horse. Does Axel stick you on Ember though? Because he has a 6 in endurance. What do you have in endurance?
Actually, I have more endurance.
Oh, okay. So
I have
you're
7.
running.
Yeah.
So
No, it's mostly magical endurance. You have a very tough body.
makes sense. I mean, you
Black
lived
magic.
in the
Yeah,
frost. things.
yeah. I'm used to running from shit.
So
Worms, mostly.
Also, I don't think you can ride the horse.
Ember jumps on. You jump onto Ember, and we hear you all off for a long while. What did you mean to bring up to Axel before you left? And now you're thinking about it.
Oh, right. Do you ever find anything that could transform people into trees?
Have I found anything that can transform people into trees? Or know of something? I mean, the best thing I can think of is some kind of witch or a hag, but also
I-
maybe a fae.
Yeah, you'd typically be able to.
The shaman.
A shaman, what is that?
The antlers. It only makes sense.
Guys, I swear.
They had eyes of fear. They
Well, you
They're afraid
didn't
of
see it.
Rose looking like Peter.
I
Doesn't matter who it was, we're leaving now.
we are.
I wish I hadn't scared him away. In hindsight, I'm too fast. Probably wouldn't want
In
to
all
talk.
fairness, scaring away was probably the best choice. Because I do not want to deal anything that can turn me into a fucking tree.
Yeah,
The sweetest guy. They're cute. When you thought about getting rid of her.
it's whenever I find a
She's cute.
mage, I have to sneak up on them and slit their throat before they can speak any words.
That's my water, dude.
How old are you?
Lost it.
56. You dwarves live longer than you humans.
How old are you?
56.
You bought like you're like 28.
I bet I could beat you in a boxing match.
Bro's just trying to like reach
Well-
Axel.
I keep hugging you. Just, no.
So,
He's no Michael Tysonius.
you all continue galloping on throughout the day. It's hard to think of what would exactly.
You better make that an NPC now, Michael Tesla.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's there.
He better be at the next party we go to.
Oh. Yeah.
He's totally a fucking partier, dude.
Dedicated his life to boxing.
Street boxing.
I like to imagine he's like a knight. He doesn't carry any blade or anything, just straight hands.
Next. He
has like this. He's like,
you travel throughout. You travel throughout the rest of the day, occasionally beginning to look at those trees, fearing them. What kind of magic could have done such a thing?
I would chop one of them down if I had my trusty axe, but I do not.
It is a terrible idea. There's a living person.
Exactly.
And
But it's really funny.
as it slowly begins to get darker and darker throughout the first half of the day, as the woods get thicker, you all begin to hear just this humming whisper. Something it's quiet at first. Eventually, Ember stops and falls.
Ember, keep going.
Cocks its head. You all hear it too. There is a story to us. You all hear the whisper resound along the grounds as leaves do, shaking and fall.
Story.
Come listen. Come listen. You hear that in the wind, the rustling of their branches.
Who goes there?
9.
Yeah. 9. I made it. It's established.
Okay.
It's first circle magic. It doesn't
Oh,
require
but
much
there is
concentration.
no need for you to roll. You succeed no matter what.
No.
Yeah, because it's 5 plus 2, you need a 7. That's the lowest you can get. 7.
Oh, yeah.
So you just always succeed all your rolls.
I mean, yeah,
Unless
I am sorcery level 4.
Unless it's like dark magic, maybe. It's a higher roll.
No, it's not. I just get corruption
It's
instead.
harder magic. If it's harder magic, then.
That's different.
Okay, either way, he
this is just
succeeded.
gray magic. So yeah, I just set some wood on fire.
Okay.
Let me find the exact.
I have just pulled it up, actually.
Yeah. Give me one.
Birdmaker Matthew Mercer, fire noises.
I swear to God, man.
The sorcerer causes one flammable object or location within range to burst into flame. All objects must be within A 1.5 meter. The spell can ignite a target's clothes or other flammable items being worn or carried. When cast, the target must roll Dexterity 8+ or suffer 2 dice of damage at the end of its turn. Here's the thing. Are you just making all these
I'm just
branches?
making like all the branches nearby catch fire.
I'm gonna need all of you to make a dexterity roll then.
Well,
Also.
my magic never ends well, does it? It's gonna become a running joke. Hey, 9.
Hey, I don't. 13.
5?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
9.
13.
13. As
Damn,
you
dude.
I'm doing really good this.
okay, roll for Ember.
Oh, what's
fuck.
Ember's dex?
I mean, Ember is a horse. Wait, he or she? He. Yeah, Ember's a horse, so he's got this.
Vehicles and mounts.
You see, my horse has big balls.
Okay. Big balls. He is a horse.
Yeah, big balls. You see, only the true nobles get to have the privilege of getting the small-dicked horses, so
Yeah,
that
fucking-
they don't feel as insecure when they're riding.
Rome.
Yeah. You don't need to feel insecure anyways, because yours is
Mine is bigger than a horse.
In Rome, fucking
Hung like a horse, bigger than a
one
horse.
of the monuments. I think it was built by Benito Mussolini to fucking.
Here, I'll roll and see what
Yeah.
it is and see if it's higher than
The horse that's.
Oh yeah, I got
horse
a
statue
6,
that's next to
7.
the
I got an
king.
8.
The balls
Is
are
that good enough to
massive.
pass?
You got a what?
I got an 8 for Embers.
Oh, you rolled an 8?
Are they good enough to pass?
Now I have to
It's
see if they have
always
a
hard to
bonus or not.
Oh right, because they could have a negative.
Yeah.
Which would be weird because it's a horse. I feel like they definitely have a bonus if it's a horse.
No, yeah, they definitely have a bonus.
What's dexterity?
Yeah.
Strength and dex. This is a war horse, too.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a.
Okay, I can't find it. I'll just assume they succeed. I'll not be me.
Please don't kill Ember.
I'm gonna cry.
we see- As you ride onwards, the tree's branches reach out. Tell us your story, for we are trapped here. You hear them all screaming, and you all are sprinting forward. Here's the thing: before that spell can go off, it takes typically 2 turns to cast a spell.
Shit.
So before that can go off, you're gonna have to keep on running forward. Can you give me an endurance roll?
Yep.
You got this.
Just straight turns.
5 plus.
0.
You are all running forward, the trees and their branches coming in to surround all of you. And as they are, we see just this flash of red and flame surround you as we had followed the branches, wrapping their way around you, preparing to take you in.
We dodge. You don't.
Give me a
Womp.
roll. Can you roll 2 dice for damage?
Oh, fuck, I make it?
You do cast the spell.
Well,
But you're in the
8.
8. You take 8 points of damage, I think, to your endurance first.
Yeah, endurance first.
I will say, it is a crazy feat they're able to keep up with the horse.
What's your endurance at now?
4.
Thank God you have a really good endurance.
I think I don't have any corruption points.
You, the flames slam their way all around you as the branches explode out in this combustion of flame. This crackle, almost sounding like lightning, slams through. Ember and Axel were flown through the air. You were almost nearly boiled in your set of armor, but not the first time, Harold. You've experienced this many times before, and you've endured much more, and much worse. And as you begin to rise from the flames,
I'm so sorry, Harold.
we see Zerial.
Bro.
Your eyes blink. Stepping his way towards the wood. You hear in the wind. Tell me your story, sorcerer. If you have one that needs, that deserves, that is even worth to be told. What do you say?
I was traveling with my fellow students. My second term in the
So there's people who are talking to monsters or not.
They're no longer people. They're not monsters. They're simply memories.
I suppose that was one way of putting it.
Memories that were
I was taught spirits are unbound souls. Not quite person anymore, not quite not.
Yeah.
Bound together they're terrible things, but they can also be great forces for good.
these memories speak of a time where things, I don't know what race or anatomy they had, they speak of they had carried foreign weapons and foreign books and dominated us with them.
In the case, it's the likelihood of that, as they promised. Reggie?
Yes, we must go. There is destiny ahead of us.
And the secrets to uncover, as always.
Maybe we head off.
Yeah.
Would we like to end it here as you guys head off?
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, this is a good place to end.
Alright, cool, because my camera's getting close to death. That was really fun though.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm excited to see as you guys end off towards the lost temple to Sinnes, to face with these people that worship something known as the Alderman. You guys can see all the way across the mountain in the south, there's something called the Alderman's Church.
This session was fucking hype as shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was super fun, guys. I hope we can get together next week.
So do I.
Should we just do this every Friday?
I don't know if I can do it. I just have to do it. I have to do it to my work schedule.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so every Saturday?
I don't have a system.
Oh, every
Yeah,
Monday.
that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Hey, why do every Wednesday?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Every Thursday.
yeah.
The courage of winter's grasp. And it was a routine study mission of us keep the edge of giant territory.
The ground beneath your feet is no longer blackened as the two of you stand. Beneath his feet is no longer blackened as the two of you stand. You can see he sits at the edge of the wood, making his way forward.
It's a blizzard that day. Oh, I should really have it. It clawed at you. This icy fear.
His hand is stretched out, placed its way against a tree.
I could barely see 2 feet in front of me, but we found it all the same. All 5 of us. A black stone keep, towering in the abyssal light. All that was left inside of it, all that was not mentioned by the tribes that wander the snows.
You are fully standing as you see the skin of the tree has cracked as he continues to tell his tale, as if it is flesh. It's cracked. And now the bark of it claws its way up. You two are standing, watching him tell his tale, watching the wood take his hand.
And down the front. Our torches guttered in the winter.
Wait, are we seeing
winter wind.
Can I cover his mouth?
Huh?
Can I try to cover his mouth?
Yeah. You're gonna need to give me a dexterity roll because you guys were surprised, I'll say.
Yeah!
But
That is a 8.
8. Continue telling your tale.
And
And I'll succeed.
And tell it to it wherever you'd want a good stopping point to be. I won't interrupt.
down there, we found something
with icy heart. Something I. I don't remember. But
Yeah. And you've covered his mouth. What are you doing as you see Axel suddenly covers his mouth? But he's still saying it under his breath. And as he's covering his mouth, the wood has seemingly, the bark has wrapped its way around his hand. What are you doing, Harold? As you see this, but you also see a shape watching you from the tree line.
I'm gonna take out my sword and shield. And be like, and look down upon all the faces that are watching us. Is this what you call storytelling, friends? Come now. There's surely a better way. Oh shit. Better way to learn information. You can always try, getting to know us. We are travelers. We're not too reserved. But no, you have to drag us.
As you're saying this, you see the figure in the tree line, the one with antlers you had seen before, steps its way out and looks at you. It shakes its head.
Why? I do not care for the disturbances my friends have gone through. I only care that they are suffering in this moment.
Steps its way down into the blackened earth you stand upon. It puts its finger out. Actually, are you cutting off the bark from his hand?
Yeah.
I will say, you're going to take 1 point of endurance.
and my
I wouldn't erase that in it. I would write that to the side. That would be smart.
And my temporary count goes down to 6 times 3, 18. 3 points off.
What do you do as this figure does not look to be a tree? I'll tell you that.
You will walk forward.
In fact, it looks like a dwarf. Looking at it now.
You follow this shaman fellow, but you can tell Harold is struggling to walk after that fire, but he takes off his helmet, and you see under it is half of his left face clearly burned, but not. You can tell it's not new. It's older than some of the greatest fires ever known come across his face. And yet, I never know why. How someone can live through suffering a scar like that for so many years.
His entire
Half my face is fucking frozen.
But,
So you follow it, taking off your...
Yeah, and then the eye that's on that side of the face, it is a normal eye in some respects, but the iris is completely white.
Oh.
So you can barely
Blind or curse.
tell.
As you continue, I'm just going to do my cat. But keep I can hear you.
Yeah, he'll continue to stumble forward towards the shaman. He opens himself up with his sword in one hand, his shield in the other.
I'm not sure dwarf guy today. I mean, he's racist.
He is a friend and ally.
He's
Not that I can say anything.
He's a racist.
You want to take me, O great forest, then do so knowing that I, at least, brushed my hand upon the ye-old fire breather, ye-old flying
Listen, now your toys.
death. And then he's gonna put he's gonna take the hand that he has his shield over, cover his mouth, and be like, oh, did I say too much? And then
The shape turns its way back around. It seems to be giving a smile, although you can't see much in its face.
That's definitely a fucking fact.
But it whistles. You begin to realize, yes, this is certainly another dwarf. But is it living? You know not. Is it true? You know not.
Is there a way I can just shoot at the weird thing?
Stop.
You're gonna shoot at it?
I understand you're a monster hunter, but this is not.
Well, actually, the first question I have is, have you fully cleared off the bark from?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you fully cleared it off, and so you've been freed from the tree. He still has his hand over your mouth. The whisper still surrounds you.
Even with these ones?
Yeah. Huh?
Even with the wax?
Huh?
I guess.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, the wax. Yes. The only reason that affected you was because you had to take time to. It touched you.
Yeah.
So it still surrounds. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
not
get you.
affecting. But
There's
oddly, as that thing comes in, and then Harold begins to follow it off into the distance, the whisper silences for a moment. Harold begins to follow it off. What do the two of you do as he does?
Can I go and try to like grab him by the scruff of the neck?
To get him to grab who?
Harold.
Yeah, you go and grab him, and the thing turns back.
Don't. Follow.
As it turned
Fang
back
things
to
in the woods.
wave,
The fact that I
in
tell you
like
this.
a split second,
Strong show. It's
Axel
okay.
grabbing the crossbow he loaded earlier, just fucking fires off at it.
Yeah.
alright, what I'm
As
gonna
we're
do,
fighting the Fae.
I'm gonna attempt to throw off Zerel, or
Yeah.
yeah, Zerel, and he's gonna try to throw off Zerel, and then quickly twist around and use his shield to block Axel's bolt.
Ooh. Brother, no.
I'll let that happen.
You're gonna let that. You just want to let that happen.
Honestly, you can easily overpower me. I ain't testing that.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's cool that you're just like.
This is something.
You throw Zerel out of the way, and as he draws out his crossbow to fire at the Fae, you jump out, doing a mini dwarven phalanx, as in you drawing your shield. You raise it up, and it kerthunk slams into the shield. The Fae turns back. It gives a slow, long, low whistle before rising back up again.
I continue to follow.
He's a lost cause. We leave.
No. His companion. I don't leave my companions behind.
Fine.
Besides, in the stories, and we are after stories. Yes,
I yell, what do you want? Besides stories. Is there more to gain here? More.
Dong dong.
What?
That's what I respond to.
Tell me, friend, are you alive? Or did you...
Is it look as Wyatt's character is under a trance of some sort or no?
No.
No, he's just.
No, you just.
Why are you doing this?
Turns back.
He's curious.
Looking at you, stopping. It's speaking in Dwarven is spoken in tones, expressed musically often. Not always, but it can be.
speak Dwarvish? That's
Would you understand?
Would you understand?
You
probably bits of
You
it.
only can understand that it sounds a lot. It's like if you were to know a Latinate language or Latin, you
would it
could
be
recognize that something's from that.
Would it
But this
be
is a much
related-
older tongue.
Would it
Yeah,
be
I know.
related to giant in any way? Like, could I trace some roots?
You definitely would also recognize it to, yes, it would be related to giant. Whether it's more closely related to modern dwarvish that he knows or the giant that you know, you don't know. Because giant is several steps away from dwarf.
Yeah.
It's at least one whole
He's
step, if
gonna
not maybe more.
respond
like
to,
Latin to
to
Spanish.
this with
More.
modern dwarvish saying.
English or Spanish?
It's like Latin to English.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
He's gonna respond in modern dwarvish, simply saying that. How old are you? Speak a tongue that at least no one in any of the dwarven halls that exist today have spoken. Not even Lord. He's gonna stop and doubt himself. Do you know of Lord? What's his name again?
Alcaraz.
Yeah,
Alcaraz.
Yeah, Alcaraz.
Across.
It turns back as you say that. What is dwarven dancing like?
It's like very.
It's like sumo wrestling.
Shut up. It's like very. I feel like it would be a style of dance, like
Would be related to war. Like,
it would be a kind of war dance, similar to like a gothic war dance in a way.
A
Yeah.
gothic war dance?
Yeah.
So, what do you imagine? Like a lot of stomping or?
Yeah, a lot of stomping.
It turns
and just
back.
Like a lot of chanting, essentially.
It does one big stomp
Uh-huh.
and then falls to the ground in this one fluid motion. It stomps, falls to the ground, stands, and like it's not like it just fell. It's like it purposefully planted itself against the ground, spreading its hands out. The antlers of it spreading out now, almost undulating in the darkness as it falls down before it moves back up, staring. As you look at it, you recognize this not to be a Fey, Axel. In your years of hunting them, Axel. This is a spirit. This is a spirit, not of the damned or something evil, but of the dead. It's like a scion. God. Stretches his way out against the ground, spreading its chest, moving upwards before undulating back up, twisting his head.
You know,
I mean,
You guys are meta.
Okay.
You get meta that. It's okay.
yeah. I mean, like, you tell me that, I can respond to it, because I thought it was cool.
Do you want to say that out loud? So you guys say that. And it turns back.
You know that name, don't you? Alcarost.
Backs up into fear.
I feel like
Begins to prance off.
strangely enough, Axel sheaths his blade. I trust it now.
Let's go consequence of spirits, then. Plenty of fellow logbooks with?
Yes, just stay cautious.
Of course. Caution is my middle name. You'll know
Do you guys commit to following it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cautiously.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write Ember's scroll with like very crossbow bolt loaded, just
I-
kind of like ready to fire if at any like at enemy.
Zerael, at this point, has taken out one of his leather-bound journals and is frantically writing every little detail of this encounter.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
And you guys talk about all sorts of random things on the way, but the whispers slowly stop, although the faces do not, because they're muted now, they're calm. I don't know if it's by command or not, but silence fills the room once more. The sound of rising bird song before a valley opens up. You can see as you make your way up, there's an old hunter's path. No, you're much deeper between that. And in the center is a beautiful oak tree. Massive, stretching and wide, unnatural and tall. Oh, you can see small, broken bird bones lay their way along the ground here, as if they were laid in sacrifice. There are small, rotted pieces of picked flowers, roses, andras.
These things are covered, right? Oak's supposed to be of life.
And then you see in the tree faces, but they are not still or frozen. They crawl their way up it, moving and shifting, their beards hanging out. The spirit is gone now. You don't know when it dissipated. It's not here. Or it is. Staying here. Showing it. This is its true manifestation. Crawling out. What do you all do?
Someone have
The tree is whistling an old dwarven war song. All the faces. One of the faces shifts towards you.
You have nothing to say.
An old man. He wants to nigh outside. He looks clearly torn on the battle. Harold. He opens his mouth.
Your dagger.
That song is still remembered so long from now.
He returns in Dwarvish. Yes. Business. All of you often hide in their home where stone keeps. Only fighting if they desire money. There's no cause for dwarven unity since the days of the olden days, some may call it.
We remember those days. An elder woman's face crawls as one of the knots of the tree twists and turns at you, Harold.
Yeah, Old Spice.
They are speaking in this ancient dwarven. It would be broken to you, but I won't speak in broken tongue.
No, I can understand enough of it.
Like in the background, we see,
Oddly, though, you can understand it too. You two here.
what?
As if it resonates with you.
Huh.
Something more
We
just speech.
we see like Zerael like halfway to cutting his palm with a borrowed dagger. Just I thought I saw the bone. Yes, of course.
This is no place of sacrifice.
Thank you, pardon.
The older woman looks for you. Always have been forgotten of my house. I These woods were our last stand.
What is the fate of Lord Alcarast?
Something forgotten by the wind, by this place, by others.
So be it.
Blessedly forgotten. You still know things, don't you? You still know your histories.
Run from it. Our history forced us back. History twists. History turns. The tree exclaims all of these faces. But mostly, it rots. These woods rots now. Rot with a song. Rot with a whisper of an older man. A whisper that is not ours, begs for you to tell its story. Tell your story of loss. That is not us. Yet history rotted this place, our last stand. History rotted our church.
Church.
How could
Church.
this be twisted in such a way?
Lords, we don't believe in modern dwarves. We don't have a god, any idol or worship. We simply work for wealth until our bones break, or until the clockwork in our minds jams up and we go dead.
How? How this can't be this?
Winsomeness. When I lived, this is not a face of an old person, but a child. Alcaraz, before all went horrible, we would sing our war songs to the woman by firelight, Soonness. She was god of oil, yes, but torchlight too, and she sung each bright lantern. When we ran from the keep of Alcaraz, ran from its creed, we built a church here in these woods, a place to worship, to live for. Harold, this place is godless, but now men of a new god rest there. Men of the woods.
So,
Easy to do.
if the gods, I do not believe the gods will ever return, but in time, I believe a new god will emerge. Every day, I go to sleep, and on every 14th day, I wake in the middle of the night to see a moon brighter than anything but except only the sun. Yet when I go to the men simply think it's just the moon. And when I approach the elves, they simply think it is the sun simply trying to show something for its absence. They are all fools.
Let's go. I'll just remember the women too. And the children.
Don't. Let me tell you.
victory whispers, then once more, of the people who have taken our church, our last stand after the fall of Alcaros. They are the hint of the evil that divinity brings.
How about we let the last stand be remembered? What can we do?
I know what to do. It's a task that I may need to undertake alone. Unless you can find a way to help me, but I need to find the old war horn, rally the armies of the dwarves, and march.
Out here in the chance.
Not now, not for a foreseeable amount of time.
But I'll be long dead by then.
Maybe. But if I cannot do it, I will make sure someone is on the task. But nonetheless, something to do now would simply be to leave a mark. Not one that taints rather one that exhibits pride, strength, and culture.
How far away?
He takes out his sword and into one of the dead branches nearby he carves a symbol. It is an ancient, the oldest symbol of war he knows from his people. And then he sets the dead log next to the base of the big oak tree.
As you set it down, please, would you give us one favor? And we will gift you a weapon that will help you find the war.
What weapon? What favor? What destiny?
Clear the church of misbelievers. Return it to the hand of the lost god Sneer. We promise you, this wood will be cured of its rot of memory. And we will become an axe for you to wield.
And where do we go?
Spirit can guide you. Oh, Spirit.